Greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to find out some of the things that the year 2021 has in store for you. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and not every detail may pertain to every aspect of what's going on for you. So please take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right, so I want to explain a little bit about what I'm going to be doing, and from this deck, I'm going to draw two cards to get a couple of themes for the year 2021 for you. So this is just generalized type of themes for the whole year. After that, I'm going to pick a card for each season. So basically, I'll pick a card for January, February, March, one for April, May, June, so on and so forth. And then after that, I plan to pull tarot cards for each quarter and to clarify even more what's happening, give you more information. After that, I do want to pull a couple of fairy cards as they would like to have a say in these readings. So let's get started. First card, responsibility. So there's something about responsibility this coming up year for you, Scorpio, that is important. I want to say this responsibility is something I think is a little daunting for you. It's something maybe you've been avoiding, you've been kind of hiding from, you don't want to see. Something along those lines, but this year you're going to have to face it. It's going to be in your face and you're going to have to make some choices. Let's see what the next card is. Grace. Okay. Okay, I need to think about that for a second. So, responsibility and grace. So, grace, elegant, poise, right? But also like the grace of God. So a spiritual aspect maybe. Responsibility and grace. I feel like you feel that maybe you don't have the grace or the capabilities to handle this responsibility in a way that would be I don't want to say beautiful, but with, there's like this tree behind her and there's like a little tiny bit of growth. There's a little bird in there. So you want to handle this responsibility or whatever this thing that is it, you haven't been able to handle the way you want to with grace. That's what's holding you back. I think you have this picture in your mind, you have this idea that it needs to be handled a certain way with grace, with delicacy, and I feel like you are afraid you don't have what that takes. Maybe you feel like you're more of a clumsy type of person, or when you go to problem solve, things don't work out the way you want, so it kind of like not falls apart, but it's not the end result that you really wanted, or you had too many bumps and bruises on the way to get what you wanted. And I think that you're afraid that that's going to happen again, and you feel like you need to have this grace, this poise, this beauty in handling this so it can just go smoothly, and then there's no confrontation or anything. No one's going to be able to criticize you or judge you or put you down because you didn't handle it in the way they thought. That's what it is. There's something that you don't want to handle because of what someone else will say or think, because it's not done gracefully or in their mind in a way that's elegant and graceful. Okay, let's get some more information because this is still not perfectly clear for me. So let's find out. Let's get a card. Spirit, I'd like a card for January, February, March for Scorpio. Oh, I just pulled that while shuffling. For Scorpio in 2021. Spirit, I would like a card for Scorpio for the months of January, February, March of 2021. What do we got here? January, February, March of 2021. This one. Sun. Spirit. Okay. So, whatever this, I'm going to say for January, February, March, the spotlight is on you. The sun is showing you or showing on you. Right. So you have this responsibility and you want to be graceful about it. And you're on almost like camera, or people are watching. Someone's watching. Someone important is watching. A lot of people are watching. But the spotlight is on you. You are exposed. There is no hiding. Where like in this like I feel like she's kind of sort of hiding behind the rocks from whatever this is that she's supposed to be doing, but the light is coming in and shining on her, and I do believe and I feel like that's for you too. There's light shining on you, and you don't want that right now. I think another way for this responsibility to handle this responsibility is to do it kind of hidden in the dark, and for whatever reason, you are not going to be allowed to do that. You have to do it in the open, in the public, of friends, family, coworkers, something where you're in the spotlight and you don't get to hide. So typically like the sun and spirit, sun card would be very positive, but I feel like this isn't necessarily like you're having the spotlight shine on you, and I think that's making you uncomfortable, and that's making it even harder to face your responsibility, because with the light on you, you want to look graceful, you want to look elegant, you want to come across as this magnificent person that handles things with ease and grace. Okay, so let's see what April, May, and June have in store for you. All right, Spirit, I want one card for April, May, June for Scorpio of 2021. 6th house, routine. Okay, so to me, I'm thinking that by the spring months, you will go back to your routine. And this card, there's still, it's like there's a spotlight still on you. And maybe that's okay for you because you're just going to go back into your regular routine. And you're okay with people seeing you that way. I think you're more comfortable there in your routine. There's something that's outside of your comfort zone with this responsibility and this being in the spotlight and being graceful about how you handle this situation. That's making you uncomfortable. And I think by the spring months, April, May, and June, you're back to your normal routine, and maybe you feel like you have a better hold of yourself. You're not so exposed and, vulnerable. I think there's a vulnerability here. And that is something that you're able to handle or deal with a little better by the spring months. Well, let's see what else is going to happen. Summer months. July, August, September. Spirit, I would like a card for July, August, September for Scorpio for 2021. One card, Spirit, for 2021, July, August, September for Scorpio. This one. All right, so we have Venus, love. Okay. I think you get exposed. Your feelings get exposed. There's somebody, there's someone that by the summer months, I think maybe you're more willing to come out of hiding and express your love or appreciation for somebody or something. You were in the spotlight, you didn't like it, you kind of went back into your routine, but I think you're realizing that that's not the answer either, so maybe is facing that you have a love, somebody that you feel a responsibility to, or the responsibility to actually be honest with someone and tell them how you feel, and having the grace to do that. I think it scares you. I think that scares you a lot. You don't want to be exposed. You don't want your feelings hurt again. But you do have that responsibility to be honest with yourself, and and be honest with others. And the grace is just part of that, because the truth is beautiful. It may be hard to deal with, but it's always the best answer. And as a Scorpio, it's easy to want to hide, to stay hidden, to stay outside of the spotlight of the sun, as to observe others, as to be outside but still be kind of within, like you're in a group of people but you're the person that's kind of on the outside, maybe watching more, observing more, and learning more. And that's where you like to be, and for whatever reason that doesn't happen at the beginning of the year. You're actually in the spotlight. You have the sun here, but there's a sun still here, and then this isn't a sun, but there's still circles, like labyrinth or spirals, right? Circles. So I want to say you're going in circles with this. You've been going in circles. You're in the spotlight. You're back into your routine. You're trying to, you're just, I feel exhaustion. Like, stop avoiding the responsibility. It may not come out as graceful as you want, but being honest and just being vulnerable, I know that's hard, but I think that's what this card is talking about. I don't know yet for sure if this is actual like love interest, but this could be dealing with a friend, a really close friend, or somebody that is a friend that may become more than a friend. I don't know. Let's see. Let's move on to the next months and see what Spirit has to say. All right. Spirit, I would like a card for October, November, December of 2021 for Scorpio. Spirit, one card for 2021, the months of October, November, December for Scorpio. Last card for this. Okay. Second house. Owning. So this is more about the physical world and owning, having material gain, having wealth, having land, having a house, having assets, having money. With this love card happening in the summer months, learning to love, the responsibility of love. What's this? There we go. Okay. It's possible that there is a new love interest, and somehow coming into ownership. But this card is also stability and security. The second house energy, which is Taurus energy, and Venus is the planet of Taurus. I'm not seeing how this works yet, how this progresses from love to owning. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the tarot and see if I can get better clarification as to what's going on here. Because I'm just not sure how this plays out, how this finishes out in the year. So let's do that. Let's start with January, February, March with 3 cards. All right, Spirit. 3 cards for January, February, March for Scorpio for the year 2021. 3 cards, please. For January, February, March for Scorpio for 2021. 3 cards. First card, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So right there, that's a mothering, nurturing person. Ace of Cups. Okay. New love. Okay. Lastly, King of Pentacles. Okay, yes, this is definitely okay. Love. We have the Queen and King of Pentacles, a matched pair with the Ace of Hearts, or excuse me, the Ace of Cups in the middle. So the spotlight, the sun shines down on this new relationship. There is a responsibility to a new relationship, to yourself, to the other person. But I don't understand why shining the light on this relationship is a little bit scary, but there's something about it. Maybe this is something that some people around you don't want to happen, but it's happening and it's being seen, and you don't want that. I think maybe you wanted to start this relationship in a little more secrecy, a little more privacy, because, well, I think that's more in your nature as a Scorpio. You want to be careful, take things, be cautious, and make sure this is what you really want. And I think that people are seeing, maybe pushing this on you, maybe a little bit. They want to see, or not that it's not a joyous union. I do think that this is something that's really special for you, and being Pentacles, this is very a physical relationship, but there is love. So, you have the Ace of Cups, so it's not just a physical, bang it out, call it good, go along your way. No, I don't think that. I think this is something deeper. Oh, that's what's scary. This is probably a deeper relationship, or you're sensing that this could be a deeper relationship than you've ever had. And you want to have that grace and beauty and elegance, because I think this other person may be a more well-off person, and you want to be the Queen of Pentacles. Gender aside, I feel like this part is you, this is the other person. This person is wealthy. This person has a lot of things and a lot to offer of himself. And you have a lot to offer, but I don't think that's actually come up before. I don't think this type of relationship has come across your path before, and it is bright and shining, and I think that scares you a little bit, and you want to go and hide a little bit, because there is a responsibility to this kind of relationship, to yourself. You have to love yourself enough to you have to love yourself first before you can love another, right? And I think that that is something that's like smack in the face, like, oh, I got to make sure I take care of myself. This person is interested, but I can't just be willy-nilly and just be like, oh, okay, this is real. And I think you want to hold on to this, but it does scare you. So let's look at the summer months, April, May, and June. Let's see how routine fits into this relationship. This deepening relationship, this relationship that is more to you than I think you've even known or could be possible. All right, Spirit. 3 cards for April, May, and June of 2021 for Scorpio. In regards to this routine, after this great union of this relationship, this very more mature relationship. All right, so first card that flipped up, 10 of Swords. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. 10 of Swords for this routine. End of routine. Judgment. Okay, a rebirth. Look at that. The phoenix rises. Okay, so your routine is done. Your life has changed. Yep. 6 of Swords. Okay. So, springtime looks like a lot of change for you. A lot of change with this. I think you're finally, you're going to be able to face this and be responsible about this relationship. What you have been doing is done, is dead. It's nada. This person that you have been up to this point is gone. There is no more. That person, there's just no. You are being reborn as a new person, as a whole, even with your vulnerability and openness. You are strong. You are being reborn, and you are leaving behind all that does not help you. In this card, it's, you're going from the choppy waters to the clean, clear waters to that beautiful landscape, right? So, but this person has the swords. So the things that you have learned, so like I see these swords as like lessons. So, you've gone through all of this exciting, scary, new beginnings, possibilities with a person, with your life, with, just living abundantly with this person is, somebody that maybe you thought was out of your league, that you were able to draw in and form a successful union. But that means the death of who you were. And that's exactly what's going to happen in the springtime. And you're going to move on, and you're going to take the lessons that you've learned, and you know that this is love. That this is real love. This is the one. This is something that is not just fleeting. You are a whole new person. And I think there's mixed feelings about it. There's points where you are joyous and you are happy, but these things that happened in the past to you, this backstabbing, I think you have been hurt before. I think that you have been backstabbed before. All of that goes away, because that stuff, those fears, keep you from fully loving, keep you from expressing, keep you from communicating, because you're so afraid of what happened before. But all of that gets left behind in the springtime. And you are now able to really enjoy love and know love and see what that is, and really experience it and be able to express your joy. You will have that grace. There's no longer a responsibility, a feeling of dread with this responsibility to yourself, to your significant other, to others around you. You understand better yourself and everything that's going on. So let's check what the summer months are going to be like. July, August, September of 2021 for Scorpio. July, August, September. Spirit, please, 3 cards for Scorpio 2021. All right. We have 7 of Wands, holding your ground. This is love, and you are going to defend it to the death. King of Wands. Very action-oriented, expressive outwardly, and then we have 2 of Wands. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot more action happening in the summer. Wands are typically, that spirit, that action. You just respond and do. So realizing this real love, you are willing, you will fight for it, you will stand your ground, you will not let anybody get in the way. You have found your king. And this King of Pentacles, who has a lot of abundance in the physical realm, he also has a lot of spirit, go-get attitude. And I do see that you both will have the world in your hands, and you are going to be, travel is available to you. I think that, and with it going into the owning, so I'm thinking you're going to be owning land. So you have the world is in this person's hand. There may be land that's being that this person may have owned prior. Maybe together as a couple you will buy land somewhere, I think, outside of where you live, possibly outside of your country. If not, if you're in the States, outside your state, out of your normal typical boundary of what you feel like home is. I do believe that there's travel there, that there's some other land, and you're going to be owning. So maybe you're going to travel first, then you're going to find a plot of land where you travel, and you're like, wow, I love it here. And because there's already a lot of abundance, that you might be able to purchase this land, this vacation home, this something outside of what you feel is like your neighborhood, or your home, or your home state, your city, something outside of that. And you're going to end up owning. So let's take a look. This year's shaping up pretty nicely. Yeah. Don't be afraid anymore of that responsibility to, that you have the grace. This person sees it. You're going to handle this just fine. It's just a little rocky in the way there. All right, Spirit. 3 cards for Scorpio. October, November, December of 2021. 3 cards, please. Oh, this one wanted. Okay. 2 of Pentacles. Juggling. The Devil. And Page of Wands. Okay. So it looks like there is going to be a back and forth, maybe of deciding what to do with this that you own, that you have bought, this plot of land, a house, something. And I think that it's going to bring a little bit of tension between you two. I think that you both see things in a different way and want to go a different direction. However, I don't see this as necessarily a bad thing. I do think that you're going to get caught up in the details, one way or the other. We're going to do this, or we're going to do that. Or we want to balance, you want to balance your physical life with your mental, emotional, spiritual life. So possibly this, the money, the physical, the security, the stability, I think is kind of topsy-turvy. It's not as prominent as maybe you thought, or something along the lines of you end up disagreeing and you want to go separate ways. I think that it gets to a pretty good boiling point. You're not realizing I think you're both kind of stubborn and in your own way. You want to do your own thing in your own way. And egos clash. But I do think that because of this, you're going to come to some kind of new idea, some new creative way of either splitting the fortune. I don't know, maybe this land that you buy has something that somebody wants to buy, that maybe you can make a lot of money on, and you each have a different idea. One wants to own the land, the other one wants to sell the land, because all of a sudden they know you bought this land, let's say, and then you can sell it for like a whole bunch more because the person sold it to you cheaply, or some kind of deal was made, and it might be on the edge of this deal that's made. It might be on the edge of like a moral thing, like not necessarily tricking somebody, but manipulating things so that whatever this deal is goes in your favor. And I think that you are having a little bit of a moral challenge with that. I think this person is used to wheeling and dealing in this realm. This is the business realm, right? This is buying and selling land, or that sort of thing. And I think that your significant other understands this and runs with it and knows how to do it. And maybe for you, this is like, wait a minute, this doesn't, seem right. But I do see that a new idea sparks. I see that through this little bit of conflict and through this little bit of differences and wanting to go different directions, I think that you come up with a new plan, new idea to move forward to how to act. I think you're going to decide which, either sell or keep, or whatever the decision is. Whatever the decision is, it's going to be the right one. You're going to feel confident, and it's going to start a new endeavor, a new project, a new path. And it's going to be, it's positive, right? This person, he's looking up at that staff shining, and you've come through some hardships, but it's okay. You have to make a decision, you have to work together, and you will get to that new idea and be okay with how things went down in the end. Okay. All right, so finally, last but not least, I am going to pull a couple of cards out of this fairy deck. Now with the fairies, I work with them and I consult with them when making spreads like this, doing readings, and they wanted to be represented this time. So this group of yearly readings, I'm pulling a couple cards for everybody and seeing what the fairies have to say. Sometimes they just reinforce what's already out here on the board. Sometimes they add a little bit of information. Sometimes they just cheer you on. But I do want to let them have their say. And let's see what they have for you, okay? First card, Beloved. Oh, so much love. I think you get to really learn love this year. And not getting lost in it, right? Because it's easy to kind of get lost, and I think that's where the responsibility comes in. You're aware that, okay, I'm going into this relationship. I don't want it to be like last time, or I don't want the things to happen before to happen again. And you want to make sure you're responsible enough to make sure that doesn't happen again. And you do. And you are beloved. You really are. This person adores you. Human myth. This dragon's reading like a fairy tale book about humans, right? All right. So I'm going to say, as this love, this great and wonderful love, I feel like you possibly think it's mythic. Like there's just no way. Like I said earlier, this is something deeper that you have never come across, and it scares you, and it seems mythical, but it's not. You really truly are beloved, and this is kind of a fairy tale story. Like, of course, you know, I'm not seeing here like the knight in shining armor came, rescued you, and you lived happily ever after. No. But you do have this wonderful connection that it goes beyond just the average, everyday sort of romantic relationship. You learn from it. You no longer are the person that you were. You become a different person, and maybe that's where the myth comes in too, because you had no idea you could be this person. You got stuck in a rut. You know you're a certain way, and this changes everything for you. So it's like it's a fairy tale. It's mythic. This isn't real. This is just in a book, right? You just read about it. No, you are beloved, and you love very deeply love, and you are a different person because of it, and you hold your ground. You are strong and firm in this person that you love and loves you, and you guys go out and try to conquer the world. You just do it. You go and you travel. I think you come across the land, some kind of, or house, something. There's a squabble back and forth of, okay, how do we, now that we have this, what's the best course of action? You do have a difference of opinion, but I see you working it out in the end. And the best idea that can come of this is what's going to happen, and you're going to act on it. And you are still loved and cherished by your significant other, and again, the same for you. You love and cherish this person. So all right, I think that's everything that I see today. I would like to thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and other than that, I encourage you to be the light that you want to see in this world. And namaste.